especially for those who don't just lie on the sofa and yawn in their free time, but rather enjoy an active break in nature. Unihertz produces unique power banks that double as smartphones. In other words, calling the Model 8849 Hike is somewhat awkward, because the built-in battery has a capacity of 23,800 mAh. Today we'll talk about a rugged phone with a huge battery, a spotlight, and an infrared camera. With a 23,800 mAh battery, if you charge the phone fully and leave it idle, it will last up to 2 months. If you watch video, that's about 25 to 30 hours. You can also use it as a power bank and charge other devices from it. The manufacturer loudly claims it can output up to 10 watt, but my Samsung A35 refused to draw more than 2.5 watt from it, and the camera didn't allow more than 2 watt either. But the green backlight lamp took its 5 watts from this phone without any problems. The 8849 brand traditionally makes power banks with built-in smartphones housed in a rugged metal case that even carries an IP68 dust and water resistance rating. That means you can dunk it in tap water for half an hour, but not in chlorinated or seawater. In addition to the smartphone comes with 2 flashlights, a camping torch and a spotlight. The camping torch has 3 brightness levels. It will adequately light a room, a tent, or a clearing in the forest. The low brightness is enough for a tent, while the highest level is suitable for illuminating a small clearing or a room. The spotlight has a brightness of 1200 lumens and is intended to illuminate up to 200 meters. It can even be used for self-defense, which is no joke, that is mentioned on the 8849 website. It is not entirely clear whether the description refers only to the flashlight or to the whole phone. The phone weighs 666 grams, that's the heavy part. You can even use it to reflect a dog's gaze, or defend yourself against a hostile crowd. For those whose cars sometimes break down, there are blue and red signal lights, but overusing these signals is not advisable. The phone also has a built-in FM radio covering 65 to 108 MHz. The FM radio lets you entertain yourself energy efficiently and without mobile internet. However, you need headphones to act as the antenna. The downside is that the package does not include a strap, although there's a mounting point on the case for a strap. Wearing the phone on a strap is more convenient than putting it in your pants, because the size and weight would make it uncomfortable. Another good option is to carry it in a backpack. The package contains a charger marked 120 watts, a Type-C cable, a SIM card holder remover, and an extra protective glass. When the phone arrives from the factory, it already has the protective glass installed. The charger supports power delivery 3.0 100 watts. You can charge other devices that also support power delivery. In addition, the charger supports Quick Charge 3.0, Samsung's Quick Charge, Huawei's FCP, SCP, ASCP, and MediaTek Pump Express 2.0. In PPS mode, the charger can deliver 20 volts at 6 amps 120 watts. The phone can accept 2 SIM cards and also has a microSD slot. In my version, the phone comes with 512 GB of internal storage and 12 GB of RAM. You can expand the internal storage to 24 GB, but 12 GB of RAM is already plenty for a large number of open apps. 512 GB of internal storage is also plenty, but if that's still too little, add a microSD card and you can get up to 2 TB of space. It's a relatively inexpensive phone. Inside it sits a budget MediaTek Helio G200 processor, an upgraded version of the popular Helio G99. It has 2 performance Cortex A76 cores and 6 energy-efficient Cortex A55 cores. Compared to the G99, it offers 10% higher performance, 200 megapixel camera support, and Bluetooth 5.4. Otherwise it's the same. It's efficient and fast, with just under 500,000 points in the AnTuTu benchmark, enough for comfortable phone use. The AnTuTu benchmark sees it as the 8849 Tank 2 Pro, which makes sense because the phone is based on the Tank 2 Pro, with the projector replaced by a spotlight. The processor includes a 4G modem with up to 150 megabits per second and Wi-Fi 5 up to 650 megabits per second. With my Wi-Fi 6 router I saw up to 400 megabits per second, also quite fast. The processor supports GPS, GLONASS, Baidu, Galileo, so you won't get lost with it. The phone's screen is 6.79 inches diagonal with a resolution of 1080 by 2460 pixels. In the settings you can change the refresh rate from 60 Hz to 120 Hz. It has 4 cameras. The front camera is 32 megapixels, its white balance is awful and the picture quality is average. But it's enough for video calls with family. The rear has a 50 megapixels main camera, a 64 megapixels infrared camera, and an 8 megapixels telephoto camera. The infrared camera lets you take night shots and has an infrared backlight. During the day you can use it for unusual black and white photos, and at night you can catch an animal without a flash. At a distance of, say, 10 meters, however, it's hard to see the animal. The telephoto camera lets you zoom in. The main 50 megapixels camera is a Sony IMX766, it's cheap and popular, used in many other phones like Vivo, Oppo, and Realme. Don't expect super good photos, it's a budget phone, but the camera is decent. The main camera's white balance in standard mode is awful too, but there is a pro mode where you can set exposure and white balance manually. The sound is more than decent. 2 high-quality two-way speakers make video watching unforgettable, and the alarm will definitely keep you from oversleeping even while fishing. The power on button has a fingerprint scanner that works fast and reliably. The same scanner is used in the top-tier 8849 Tank 4 Pro. You can also unlock the phone with facial recognition. On the other side you'll find volume controls and 2 functional keys that you can bind to actions in the settings, launch an app, turn on the flashlight, etc. The functional keys support single, double, and triple taps, each of which can trigger a different action. In phones of this type you'll usually find a set of software tools, a sound level meter, compass, bubble level, transport meter, a hanging pressure gauge. If it gets dirty or gets wet, you can drain it. Emergency signals, blue, red, and green. You can also turn on a separate fan for cooling the spotlight. The little invisible window near the light is the infrared transmitter. The phone can also act as a remote control for other devices, with a dedicated app that supports many household appliances. It can also be connected to an Amazon Echo speaker for voice-controlled device management. Regarding charging speed, the manufacturer says the phone can charge up to 120 watts. However, the charger and cable from the box provide up to 100 watt for only a few minutes, after which the charging power drops to 70 watt. About 11 minutes after starting, the charging stabilized at 56 watt, and it stayed there until the end. From 0% to 100% the phone charged in roughly 1 hour 40 minutes. The smartphone is made in a high-quality metal case, has a large battery capacity and a fairly productive processor. It is suitable for construction workers, tourists in nature, or those who spend a lot of time without the opportunity to charge their smartphone.